know if the microphone works, or we have to yell?
Well, we would have had to yell before, so...
How hard is it to get those little wireless microphones like Bad Chad has, and there's a few other people have, but you can never hear him until he got those, and then all of a sudden he was, his audio is really good.
The problem being is, this doesn't have a standard way to connect it. Usually they have like a 3.5 millimeter plug. And this has a...
Who's they? Where does it go?
The camera.
Goes in the camera.
Yeah,
okay.
Unless you want to do a separate voice recorder, which is like,
Oh, then you got to make them meet up somehow.
You need a whole big configuration of stuff to make it work. You end up getting into a $300, $400, $500 camera really fast.
Okay. That's why I'm asking.
No, I'm telling you because I'm frustrated that this little camera is $125.
What happened? Did it shut itself off?
The screen shuts off, but it should
Why
still
is
be
it shut
recording.
off?
Well, it's a pain, isn't it?
Well, I see why. If it's got its own battery, yeah, they turn the light off because that's the biggest
But I want to see what
sucker of energy. Yeah, you need to have... Is there an auxiliary input for power? Just all you need is one more thing going in.
No, the auxiliary input for the power is the same thing as the damn microphone.
Oh, did you just get that camera?
Yeah. So we're working on the hoist. That's broken.
Well, it never had any of the bolts in it because there's no other holes. So the bolts, those two bolts need to be taken out, and then we need to figure out what's bent, because I'm not sure if that red tongue is bent, or if, I don't know. It's not real clear to me what happened there.
Well, do you want to take this big bolt out so that this is not encapsulated there?
I was thinking taking the two bolts that hold the wheel, and then we can figure out.
Well, yeah, but
what's
it'll be easier to get to these bolts
if I
take this one out.
Do whatever you want.
I'm trying to help.
I don't know. I don't know what the best plan of action is.
I don't even like that wheel.
Well, the good thing about that wheel is that you can move it around when the legs are off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good thing, because I've had hoist that didn't have that wheel. Once you pull the legs off,
it was a pain in the key.
Oh, you can't move it around. Yeah, it's terrible. You got to pick it up.
Now, you kind of get to the bolts a little easier.
That's 9/16. That's not even metric. Doesn't even belong on this thing.
A lot of that going around. There you go.
These filthy things.
There's a lot of filth happening.
Whatever happened here, I had this organized in kind of some certain way, and now it's just a heap of crap. Nothing in there organized at all. Just thrown in there anyway. Drawers aren't big enough for all the crap we have.
You know what's on our revival list?
No.
That rototiller.
Oh, the rototiller. Yeah, see, all this stuff has to come first. Every time I think we're going to get onto a project that we want to be on, there's something that's time sensitive that has to be done first. Like the rototiller. We need it, so it's like, we need it.
Well, next year it'll already be fixed and we won't have to fight. This year we have to fight everything.
Okay, so
Or we have to abandon it for
maybe when we finish cleaning up here, and we finish fixing, what happened to the hoist? You walked away from the hoist. What needs to be done?
Well, you said that wheel could come off, so it's set up and ready to take the wheel
Oh,
off.
for me to take it apart? I thought you started working on it. Okay.
Well, a little, yeah. But I didn't get too far before I just started walking around in circles cleaning.
Well, see, it looks to me.
See, now that
It
this
looks
is...
to me like the wheel thing is bent, not
It is,
the,
oh yeah.
not
Yeah,
the,
it's this.
not the big steel thing. So if that comes off, we can heat it, bend it, straighten it, well not bend it, straighten it, and then put it back on. Maybe we don't have to heat it, I don't know, and you just hammer the shit out of it. I'm not sure.
I could
Just take it off. It's 2 bolts, I guess.
I could put a clamp on it and just squeeze it back in place.
I don't think it'll squeeze far enough.
Okay.
You gotta overbend it, you know, and you're not gonna be able to overbend it with it bolted in
Alright,
place.
well, let me see what size it is.
Yeah, it's Chinese, so I don't know if it's metric or SAE because they are. A lot of times they're metric, but sometimes.
I got 13s.
Yeah, okay, that I
13?
believe. Okay, let's see if I can find you another 13 here quickly. Here. Nope, that's a 12. Here. Cheap 13.
Perfect. So
Cheap 13 for a cheap piece of equipment.
Alright, here's the bent thing. Show the camera.
Okay. So, the damage from flipping the engine hoist over, I don't know where the camera's aimed. It's hard to tell.
Straight at you.
This thing's supposed to be flat. And as you can see, it's bent. I'm thinking we'll put this in the vise, run a little, of course there's a bearing. Is this a bearing? Or
You know,
no, it's a solid thing.
is it welded? Because it looks like it was a bearing at one time.
I don't know.
You walked away from the camera.
Well, the vise, I could bring the vise to the camera, I suppose.
It's alright, I'll stop it for a second. I guess I gotta be the camera lady.
It's like the Lucy show, single camera. You ever see cameras from back in the 50s, the TV camera? Like a thing.
That cost a fortune.
Oh, they're the size of a.
Yeah, that's got bearings in it. It's supposed to move.
You think so?
Well, I could see the ball bearings in there. Why would they put ball bearings in it if it ain't supposed to move?
Maybe they're bearings, but it sure seems very straight and doesn't turn at all. Okay, so I'm gonna light off the torch.
You're doing it away from the camera.
Now I gotta do it in front of the camera. Now that I made all these little acetylene things floating around. Look at all these black things floating around from the acetylene. They're not burning very nicely. I don't think this thing ever turned. I think it was always straight. I can't get in there with that. Can you go find a big screwdriver or something to pry that with, or beat on it with, or something? A big punch, maybe. Just a punch and a hammer, and just get it straight.
Okay.
I'll keep the beat on it.
Something like one of these.
Just something so you can beat on it with it. Just like hammering this way with a hammer and punch. Or pry with it or something. Here, let's see the punch. What big, this thing.
There you go. That's way better. Yep. I think that's about right.
I think the middle of it's. Yeah, I don't think it's even.
Well, no, but you weren't going to get even anyways.
That's too far.
Well, it's alright. It'll bend itself back when I put the thing on it.
But not there to cool. May I have a hammer? Yeah, that's big enough, I think.
Yeah.
That look good enough?
Looks great.
I don't think that's too hot.